Ms. Rattray was an unskilled labourer who worked on road construction. The work was heavy and she was frequently unemployed because there were so few projects needing unskilled labourers. Mr. Ryan was a maize and cassava farmer, but prices for these crops were often low. As he is a small farmer with less than 10 hectares, he could not earn enough to make a living. In the year 2000, Ms. Rattray and Mr. Ryan met with Mr. Pongsak, who promotes organic farming through an organic farming network. Mr. Pongsak persuaded them to take up organic farming. Organic farming is farming that uses fertilizers and pesticides which are made from natural materials. Many of these natural fertilizers and pesticides can be made by the farmers themselves at low cost. Others can be purchased easily and inexpensively in Thailand. These fertilizers and pesticides are less harmful for the environment and also for the humans who process and consume the vegetables grown using organic farming techniques. Mr. Pongsak works closely with the Swift company based in Thailand, which specializes in producing organic produce for export to Europe, Japan and other high-value markets. Swift exports a large amount of organic asparagus to the UK and Japan. Swift was willing to help Ms. Rattray and Mr. Ryan and other small farmers to start growing organic asparagus. But certain rules had to be followed strictly, such as 1. Farmers had to form a production group. 2. Members of the production groups had to produce their goods strictly in accordance with the specifications of Swift. 3. They had to agree that if one member of the group broke the cultivation rules, then the contracts of all of the members of that group would be cancelled. Swift's production experts then provided training to the group. The farmers learned how to grow organic asparagus and make their own organic fertilizer and organic pesticides. They learned when and how to harvest the asparagus and how to grade it according to product quality. They also had to choose a group leader and learned how to manage their own group. Each farmer signed a contract with Swift for a period of 3 years. The contract specified the cultivation practices that farmers had to follow, and it contained a list of allowed organic inputs. The contract also specified the price for each of the grades of asparagus, from 48 baht per kilogram for the top grade to 5 baht per kilogram for the lowest grade. Farmers who had no land each received a small plot of land of about 1.5 rai, or 0.24 hectares, which was made available by a royal project and was managed by Swift. The farmers also received seeds and some other organic inputs to start up the asparagus farm. The inputs were provided as an interest-free loan. The first harvest came after 8 months. Asparagus is harvested for a period of 2 months, after which the plants must rest for 1 month. Then it can be harvested again for 2 months, and so on for a maximum period of 5 years. Thus, in 1 year the asparagus can be harvested for an average of 8 months. After 5 years, the land should be allowed to rest for 1 year to restore soil fertility. 2 crops of legumes can best be grown during this 1-year period. After that, asparagus can be grown for another period of 5 years. From her 2 rai or 0.3 hectares, Ms. Rattray harvests an average of 30 kilograms per day. She receives 39 baht per kilogram on average. If she harvests for 8 months per year, she can sell asparagus to Swift for about 280,500 baht a year. Her expenses for seeds, organic fertilizer, organic pesticides and some equipment, and small inputs such as rope and sticks are altogether 8,500 baht for the year. She has learned to make some of these inputs herself, and she does not need to hire any labor from outside. Thus, her net income is 136,000 baht per rai per year, or more than 740 baht per day on average. Mr. Ryan has 4 rai or 0.6 hectares, a larger plot than Ms. Rattray. He has to hire labor for harvesting. He collects an average of 70 kilograms of asparagus per day during the harvesting season. He receives on average 30.5 baht per kilogram because the quality of his asparagus is not as good as that of Ms. Rattray. However, his total income is higher at 512,000 baht per year. His costs for 4 rai are 42,000 baht. This means that his net income is 117,500 baht per rai per year, or more than 1,280 baht per day on average. Producing organic asparagus is hard work. Harvesting and daily weeding by hand is necessary. Ms. Rattray and Mr. Ryan harvest, grade and then deliver asparagus to the Swift collection point daily. There, the grading is checked. The produce is labelled with barcodes so that if there is a problem, it can be traced back quickly to the farmer. From the collection point, the asparagus is collected in a refrigerated truck and delivered to the packing house 250 kilometers away. There, the asparagus are prepared for export. This includes grading, washing and cutting to the size ordered by the Japanese and UK supermarkets. When packed, it will be transported to the airport in the same evening. Then it will be on the shelves of supermarkets in the UK about 30 hours after having been harvested. Both Ms. Rattray and Mr. Rian make a comfortable living from very small plots of land. To earn the same income from rice or maize or cassava, they would need to have much larger plots of land. At the time that Ms. Rattray and Mr. Rian told us their story, the gross income per rai for cassava was only 4,000 baht. For maize, it was 5,000 baht per rai, and for paddy about the same. All these crops require more inputs which can only be purchased from the store. If a farmer has more than 10 rai of land, labour must be hired at harvesting time. For all these crops, the cash costs of production are at least 1/3 to 1/2 of the gross income. It means that the farmer's net income is at most 3,500 baht per rai. Lucky farmers who have irrigation can grow 2 crops per year, but even then the net income per rai is at most 7,000 baht. In the organic asparagus growers group of Ms. Rattray and Mr. Rian, there are some farmers who could buy a pickup truck after 3 years. Formerly poor and almost landless people, they are now people who have regular work on their own farms and receive a regular income. What is the secret of the success of this supply chain? There are a number of important reasons why the Organic Asparagus project has been successful. Farmers produce what consumers want and when they want it. Organic asparagus is a relatively new product, both for consumers and for the farmers. Because it is organic and healthy for consumers in a premium export market, the price can be high for farmers. The farmers don't produce a glut because they plan production with information from the Swift company who know when and how much consumers want. The farmers have agreed to collaborate in a group and have shown strong discipline. Small farmers have no chance to escape poverty if they don't organize themselves in groups. As a group, they can have the same advantages as big farmers in terms of obtaining quality inputs at a good price, receiving quality extension, training and technology, planning production to ensure a regular supply, and marketing their produce. In this project, the Swift Company Limited has played a major role as provider of inputs, training, extension, technology, the production group model, and as a marketer and exporter of the produce. Unfortunately, not all companies are like that. Some companies make promises but don't deliver. It is therefore always good to have a written contract because it helps everyone to understand and follow the rules. Ms. Rattray says she is very happy to be an organic asparagus farmer, but it has not been easy.
Growing organic asparagus is much harder than caring for a baby.
Mr. Rian is happy too.
I am satisfied and happy because I don't face the health risk of using chemical fertilizers and pesticides anymore.